I need to change my last name. I am transgender and Polish has gendered last names, which means that I have a feminine version of my last name. Hi guys, what's up? My name is David and welcome back to my channel. So don't worry, I've seen your comments on my previous video and I will make a video about Viking symbols that are actually Viking. But first I need to share something personal because I need your help, basically. So I will give a very short summary of the situation so that you can decide if you want to watch the rest of the video or not, and then I will talk about everything in detail. So basically, I need to change my last name. I am transgender and Polish has gendered last names, which means that I have a feminine version of my last name, which is honestly worse than not being able to change my name altogether, because I have been able to change my first name, just not my last name, meaning that I have a female last name right now, which is horrible, but also my name is incorrect because, it has the wrong grammatical gender. And the thing is, the whole procedure costs 835 euros, which is money I do not really have readily available as a full-time student. So basically what I want to ask is if you would be able to donate anything, even if it's like 1, 2, 3, 10 euros. It will help me so much. I have a GoFundMe and I will put the link to it in the description. Yeah, so that is basically what I want to talk about in this video. Now, onto the specifics, because you might have some questions if you are not from a country that uses gendered last names. So, some Polish and other Slavic last names have two forms, a feminine and a masculine one, because they kind of function like adjectives. Some other languages like Spanish, French, Italian also have masculine and feminine adjectives, like gordo and gorda in Spanish, for example. And the same works for some Polish last names. So my last name ends in ska, which is the female version, and I need to change it to ski, the masculine version. Now, whenever I don't have to provide my personal details as they are written on my ID, I just write the last name that I use. But sometimes it's like confusing when I do have to provide my real last name and then one letter is wrong, so people get confused, like, so what is your last name now? And at the end of the day, it is the same last name, it's just a masculine or feminine version of it. Like, my dad has the ski ending and my mom has the ska ending, but it's still classified as the same last name, like the family name is the same. So yeah, I have been living with a changed first name already for a year. I was able to change my first name pretty easily because I've been living in the Netherlands for a while. I now am based in Sweden, but normally I do live in the Netherlands, and I was able to become a Dutch citizen. And for Dutch citizens, changing your first name is not that hard if you have the right documentations as a trans person. Basically, you need like a referral from a professional who confirms that you are in fact transgender, you are informed about how changing your name works, and you know that this change will be pretty hard to reverse, so you need to be absolutely sure. Just saying, trans people don't have it easy. You have to go through a lot to be able to live how you want to. So I did that. My first and middle name are legally changed, but not my last name, because that is not so easy to change in the Netherlands for some reason, because there exists a register of last names that is hard to add to. You need to go through a lawyer. You need to basically apply for your case to be discussed whether you're eligible to change your last name or not, and then you need a signature from the king, who then accepts or denies your name change, basically, and then your family name gets registered into the Dutch registry of last names. Times used to be so much easier before Napoleon came and decided that last names are going to be a thing now. But yeah, so there are multiple options, multiple reasons why someone might be able to change their last name in the Netherlands. And I could try going via different procedures, but at the end of the day, they all cost exactly the same thing, 835 euros. So the first one is changing your last name to the last name of another parent, which in my case could work because my dad has the last name that I want, and my mom has the same last name that I already have. But this realistically only works when your parents are separated, and my parents are not. So that probably will not work. And then the other one, which is what I'm going to apply for, is this. It is changing your last name to a neutral variant of it. And here in this example, they say like from Bonova to Bonov or something like that. But this also works from ska to ski, because even if ski is not neutral, it's masculine, but it's still kind of like internationally assumed the neutral Polish last name. Like you have a lot of American women who had Polish ancestors from their father's line, and they have the ski last name, and that's like generally accepted to be a normal thing. But as a man with the Ska last name, that's weird because you generally get the last name from your father. So I have had a lot of questions about my last name, and I don't like that because I don't want to cause confusion with the gender of my name. So yeah, this is the procedure that I'm going to try to pursue. But before I try, I have to pay for this. So I need 835 euros. And I set up a GoFundMe, I think, a week ago because it was my 19th birthday. So I thought, okay, maybe people would like to give me a birthday present, help me out a little bit. And that worked great. I've already managed to get quite a lot of money, but it's still not enough, which is why I decided to make this video to share it to even more people, and maybe so that people who were not sure about donating can know the full story and be sure what exactly they're giving their money to. So yeah, I hope maybe if someone is watching this video and wasn't sure yet, then maybe this will persuade you, I guess. And I feel so bad that I have to ask for money because there is so much in the world going on, humanitarian crisis, that I would also love to donate my money to, but I'm not 100%, able to help others while I need to be helped too. And whatever that might be, just putting my last name on forms on like banking stuff, and I still have like the wrong last name. It just feels bad. And whenever I try to apply for work and I have to use the wrong last name, and I am personally planning to stay in academia. I want to pursue a academic career, get my master's degree, get a PhD, and that means I will have to publish papers, articles, maybe books later. And I just cannot imagine putting like the last name I have right now on my work, because when people only see my initials and my last name, they assume I'm female because a lot of people are aware of the gendered nature of Polish last names. So when they only see my initials and my last name, they just assume that the person they're gonna meet is a woman, and I'm not a woman. So that makes it all the more uncomfortable. And at first, I wanted to try to just live with this last name because I knew that the change was going to be so expensive and that was just money that I did not have. But going through new environments, going on exchange, and having to provide my last name in many places, and then having people ask me, like, why I have an incorrect last name, or for example, why I use a different last name on social media. And then even if I do pass as male, because I never have anyone question my gender identity, I only have people question my last name. So even though I have gone through medical transition, I've gone through social transition, I've gone through legal transition partially, I still am not fully free of the things that bind me to my kind of like previous female identity, so to say. Like, there's nothing wrong with this last name per se. It's just that it doesn't fit me, and it brings me a lot of discomfort and just like issues in life. I just don't want to explain my situation and my last name to everyone I meet that needs to have my documents and my last name. I want to be able to show my ID and have it fully represent who I am. Because now, yeah, technically it has the right first and middle name, but it's still not the right last name. And I just, it's like the only thing that's holding me from enjoying my life 100%. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong, my life is amazing right now. The amount of freedom I have at the moment compared to a few years ago is just astonishing. And even the things that I was able to change have helped me dramatically when it comes to my confidence, my ability to like go out and do stuff. But when it comes to like traveling or finding work or applying for studies or whatever, and I still have to use this last name that does not fit me, it just makes the experience less enjoyable, you know? So, once again, I feel terribly bad for asking this, but I really hope that this will reach people who will understand my situation and who will be able to donate something. So, please, 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 if you're able to, I would be so thankful if you could be able to donate. And if you're not in a financial position to support me, you can always share this video. You can go to my Instagram, which I will share the QR code for, where I have an entire post about my GoFundMe. So you can also share that post with people you think would be able to help me. And yeah, even watching this video and listening to my story will help me a lot. So once again, thank you in advance, and I really hope you will be able to help me, and I will be so grateful if I manage to change my last name. I will hold the people who made me able to do that forever in my heart because it is so important to me. So yeah, thank you for listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned something, whatever. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments or whatever. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Bye bye.